The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting is one of New York City's most iconic holiday traditions, held each year in late November or early December at Rockefeller Plaza in Midtown Manhattan. The first official tree at Rockefeller Center was put up in 1933. The workers constructing the complex had informally erected a smaller tree in 1931 during the Great Depression. Since then, the event has grown into a nationally televised spectacle, drawing thousands of in-person spectators and millions watching from home. The tree itself is usually a towering Norway spruce, often donated from private landowners, and decorated with more than 50,000 multicolored LED lights and topped with a massive Swarovski crystal star. The lighting ceremony features live performances by well-known musicians, skaters at the famous rink, and festive countdown to the illumination of the tree, symbolizing the official start of the holiday season in New York. National Anytime Hawaiian Day is observed annually on December 2nd. It's a day to celebrate Hawaiian culture, food, and the spirit of aloha. While it's not a state holiday, you can celebrate by enjoying Hawaiian food, listening to Hawaiian music, or learning about the island's rich history. The first Polynesian voyagers navigated the Pacific using the stars, winds, and ocean currents, settling the islands around 1,500 years ago. They developed a rich culture centered on farming, fishing, hula, storytelling, and a deep spiritual connection to the land. In 1778, British explorer Captain James Cook arrived, marking the first recorded European contact. The island soon became a crossroads of global trade, whaling, and missionary activity. In 1893, the Hawaiian monarchy was overthrown, and in 1898, the United States annexed the islands. Hawaii became a U.S. territory in 1900, and after decades of advocacy, was admitted as the 50th state in 1959. National Green Bean Casserole Day is celebrated every year on December 3rd to honor one of America's most beloved comfort foods. The dish was invented in 1955 by Dorcas Riley, a home economist at the Campbell Soup Company, who created the recipe using simple pantry staples: green beans, cream of mushroom soup, and crispy fried onions. Originally designed as an easy side dish for busy families, it quickly became a holiday staple, especially at Thanksgiving and Christmas gatherings. The day itself was officially established in 2010 by writer Jace Schumacher Galloway, known for promoting unique and fun holidays. It celebrates not only the dish's nostalgic appeal, but also its cultural significance as a symbol of mid-century convenience and creativity. Today, about 20 million Americans enjoy green bean casserole during the holiday season, and nearly 40% of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup sales are linked to this recipe. International Cheetah Day is celebrated every year on December 4th to raise awareness about the plight of cheetahs and the urgent need for their conservation. It was established by the Cheetah Conservation Fund, an organization dedicated to saving cheetahs in the wild. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals. Cheetahs can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour in short bursts, making them the fastest land mammal. They can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. Faster than most sports cars. They have very lightweight bodies, long flexible spines, large nasal passages for oxygen intake, non-retractable claws for better grip. Fewer than 7,500 cheetahs remain in the wild, mostly in Africa, with a small population in Iran. Despite their speed, cheetahs can only maintain top speed for 20 to 30 seconds before overheating. Unlike lions or tigers, cheetahs cannot roar. They chirp, growl, or purr instead. Tree Dressing Day is celebrated in the United Kingdom on the first weekend of December and was established in 1990 by the environmental charity Common Ground. The day encourages people to honor and appreciate trees for their cultural, historical, and environmental importance. Communities often decorate trees with ribbons, lanterns, and natural ornaments, sometimes accompanied by storytelling, music, or traditional ceremonies. Inspired in part by ancient customs of venerating trees, the event aims to deepen awareness of the role trees play in our lives, not only as part of the natural landscape, but also as symbols of heritage and community spirit. The modern Christmas tree tradition began in the 16th century Germany, where families brought decorated evergreens into their homes, a practice that spread across Europe and eventually to America. Over time, tree decorating evolved to include ornaments, lights, ribbons, and other adornments, becoming both a cultural and festive tradition worldwide. National Miners' Day is observed in the United States on December 6th to honor the hard work, courage, and contributions of miners throughout history. The day recognizes the men and women who extract coal, minerals, and other natural resources, fueling industry, energy, and economic growth. It also serves as a reminder of the sacrifices miners have made, including lives lost in mining accidents, and celebrates the communities shaped by mining traditions. The holiday was officially recognized in 2009 when President Barack Obama signed a proclamation acknowledging the importance of miners to the nation's development. Mining is one of humanity's oldest professions, dating back thousands of years. Early miners extracted stone, flint, and metals like copper, gold, and tin to create tools, weapons, and ornaments. Today, miners work in coal, metal, and gemstone industries worldwide, often under strict safety regulations, continuing a long history of providing resources essential to human civilization. National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day is observed every year on December 7th to honor the lives lost during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii in 1941. On that day, the surprise military strike targeted the U.S. Pacific Fleet, killing more than 2,400 Americans, wounding over 1,000, and destroying numerous ships and aircraft. This attack led directly to the United States entering World War II. The day serves as a solemn reminder of the sacrifices made by military personnel and civilians during the attack. Ceremonies are held at the Pearl Harbor National Memorial in Hawaii and across the nation, often including the playing of taps, raising and lowering of flags to half-staff, and moments of silence. While not a federal holiday, it is a day of reflection and national remembrance, honoring courage, resilience, and the lasting impact of the events of December 7th of 1941. Christmas Jumper Day is an annual celebration where people wear festive, often humorous holiday-themed sweaters, sometimes called jumpers, to spread cheer and enjoy the holiday season. Their tradition is especially popular in the United Kingdom, where it is commonly linked with fundraising events for charities. Participants wear colorful decorated jumpers featuring designs like snowmen, reindeer, Santa Claus, or twinkling lights, often at schools, workplaces, or community gatherings. The day encourages a playful, lighthearted spirit while also supporting good causes, combining festive fun with generosity. It's become a modern holiday tradition that celebrates both creativity and community, reminding people to enjoy the season and help others at the same time. So whip them out and put them on, put those jumpers on, get festive, get creative, and Merry Christmas. Weary Willie Day is an annual celebration of the art of clowning, observed on December 9th to honor the birthday of circus performer Emmett Kelly, the creator of the iconic sad clown character Weary Willie. Kelly's first professional appearance as a clown was with Howe's Great London Circus on July 14th of 1921 in Mason City, Iowa. Although he originally performed as a white-faced clown, it was during that tour that he first appeared as a hobo character. After only a few performances as a tramp, Kelly returned to more traditional makeup. In February of 1979, Emmett appeared in a segment of NBC's Today Show, and director Mario Pellegrini cast him in a film with Tony Bennett, and although the picture was later dedicated to Emmett, he did not appear in it. On March 28th of 1979, 4 days before filming was scheduled to begin, the man who had described himself as just a farm boy who had become a worldwide icon died of a heart attack in the front yard of his home. National Lager Day is celebrated every year on December 10th. Perfect timing for winter gatherings. It honors lager, one of the most popular beer styles worldwide, known for its crisp, clean taste and slow, cool fermentation process. Bottom fermenting yeast likely emerged in the early 15th century. Brewers in Bavaria and neighboring Bohemia used cold storage, lagering, to produce clean, crisp beers. By at least the 16th century, Bavarian brewers were intentionally fermenting beers in cellars year-round, especially during summer months when top fermented ales were too warm. In 1602, court brewers for Maximilian I of Bavaria brewed the first true lager yeast hybrid at Munich's Hofbrauhaus, mixing cold-tolerant wild yeast from Bohemia with local ale strains. The first golden lagers emerged in Bohemia, which is the modern Czech Republic today, In the 17th century, these beers offered clarity and a lighter taste compared to darker Bavarian variety. Before refrigeration, brewers stored beer in caves, drug cellars, and harvested ice from lakes, often planting chestnut trees to shade and protect cool storage areas. In 1870, German engineer Karl von Linde introduced artificial refrigeration at Munich's Spaten brewery. This innovation made year-round lager production and global distribution possible. By 1860 to 1870, lager had captured nearly all major breweries in Bohemia and Bavaria, becoming the dominant beer style in Central Europe. In the 1840s, German and Prussian immigrants brought lager brewing to the U.S. In 1840, Bavarian brewer John Wagner introduced genuine lager yeast in Philadelphia, catalyzing a widespread American lager movement. Today, lagers represent approximately 90 to 94% of global beer consumption. National App Day is celebrated annually on July 10th to recognize the impact of mobile and software applications on modern life. Apps have transformed how we communicate, work, learn, shop, and entertain ourselves, making daily tasks easier and connecting people across the globe. The day highlights the creativity and innovation of app developers while encouraging users to explore new apps, learn about their benefits, and appreciate how technology enhances everyday experiences. It also serves as a reminder of the rapid growth of the digital world and how apps continue to shape communication, productivity, and entertainment in the 21st century. The modern app era began with the smartphone in the late 2000s, especially after the launch of Apple's App Store in 2008 and Google Play, which was originally Android market, shortly after. These platforms allowed developers to distribute software directly to users. Today, apps are an integral part of daily life, driving innovation, convenience, and connectivity worldwide. National Ambrosia Day is observed on December 12th each year and celebrates the sweet, creamy fruit salad known as ambrosia. The dish, which dates back to the late 19th century in the United States, traditionally includes ingredients like oranges, pineapple, coconut, and mini marshmallows mixed with cream or whipped topping. Its name comes from Greek mythology, where ambrosia was the food of the gods, symbolizing something delightful and heavenly. Originally served as a festive dish at holiday meals, church gatherings, and family potlucks, ambrosia has remained a nostalgic favorite, celebrated for its sweet, creamy flavor and simple preparation. Over time, variations have emerged, adding ingredients like cherries, nuts, or yogurt, but the essence of ambrosia, a refreshing and indulgent salad, has remained the same. National Ambrosia Day is a time to enjoy a classic comfort food that blends sweetness and tradition, evoking memories of festive meals and family togetherness. International Shareware Day is observed annually to recognize and celebrate the concept of shareware software, programs that are distributed for free on a trial basis, allowing users to try them before deciding to purchase the full version. Shareware became especially popular in the 1980s and the 1990s, providing independent developers a way to reach users without the need for traditional retail distribution. The day highlights the creativity and innovation of software developers who use shareware to distribute their work, often encouraging feedback and improvements from the community. It also reminds users of the value of supporting developers by purchasing full versions of software they enjoy. International Shareware Day promotes awareness of the early digital culture that helped shape modern software distribution and the spirit of collaboration in the tech community. National Violin Day is observed every year on December 13th to celebrate the history, music, and cultural impact of the violin. The instrument, which first appeared in the 16th century Italy, quickly became central to classical music, folk traditions, and later jazz, country, and modern genres. Famous makers such as Antonio Stradivari and Giuseppe Guarneri crafted violins that remain among the most prized instruments in the world. The day honors not only the craftsmanship of violin makers, actors, but also the artistry of performers from classical virtuoso to folk fiddlers. It's a chance to appreciate the violin's expressive range, capable of both delicate melodies and powerful emotional performances, and its role in shaping music across cultures and generations. Monkey Day is celebrated annually on December 14th and is dedicated to monkeys, apes, and primates in general. The day was created in 2000 by Casey Sorrow and Eric Milliken as a fun and whimsical observation, but it has grown into a way to raise awareness about primate conservation, animal rights, and wildlife protection. New World monkeys, Central and South America, are thought to have split from other primates roughly 35 million years ago, likely arriving in South America by rafting across the Atlantic on floating vegetation. Old World monkeys, Africa and Asia, continued evolving on the African and Asian continents, developing features like ground-dwelling habits, non-prehensile tails, and complex social system. Over millions of years, monkeys evolved diverse adaptations. Their evolution provides important insights into primate biology and human ancestry, as monkeys share many traits with early humans. Bill of Rights Day is observed annually on December 15th to commemorate the ratification of the first 10 amendments to the United States Constitution in 1791. These amendments, collectively known as the Bill of Rights, guarantee fundamental freedoms for American citizens, including freedom of speech, religion, and the press, the right to bear arms, protection against unreasonable searches and seizures, and the right to a fair trial and due process. Over time, these amendments have served as a cornerstone of American law and civil liberties, shaping the nation's understanding of individual rights and justice. James Madison, often called the father of the Bill of Rights, drafted these amendments, drawing inspiration from earlier documents such as the English Bill of Rights of 1689 and colonial charters that emphasize natural rights. The day serves as a reminder of the importance of civil liberties and the principles of democracy that form the foundation of the United States. This stupidity and political correctness in this country is sometimes nauseating. The perfect example of that is today. Some people just have too much time on their hands. Barbie and Barney Backlash Day is an observance that highlights the intense cultural reactions, both positive and negative, that two beloved children's icons, Barbie and Barney, have sparked over the decades. The day serves as a lens through which we can examine societal values, gender roles, in the evolution of children's media. Barbie, introduced by Mattel in 1959, quickly became a cultural icon. However, her unrealistic body proportions and emphasis on beauty and fashion led to criticism from various quarters. In the 1970s, feminist groups protested against Barbie, arguing that she perpetuated unrealistic standards for women. The controversy intensified in 1992 with the release of Teen Talk Barbie, which included the phrase, "Math class is tough," lending to accusations of reinforcing gender stereotypes. Mattel responded by discontinuing the phrase and offering exchanges for affected dolls. Oy vey. Despite these controversies, Barbie has evolved over the years. In 2016, Mattel introduced dolls with diverse body types, skin tones, and professions, aiming to reflect a more inclusive, empowering image for young girls. Barney and Friends, the children's television series featuring the friendly purple dinosaur, premiered in 1992. While it was beloved by preschoolers, it faced significant criticism from older audiences. Many adults found the show oversimplistic, repetitive, and grating. This led to the phenomenon known as Barney bashing, where people mocked and even destroyed Barney merchandise. Some extreme reactions included death threats against the show's creators and performers. The backlash was partly due to Barney's portrayal of a nurturing, non-threatening male figure, which some perceived as challenging traditional gender norms.
You kids are being really loud. I'm calling the cops. Did the HOA approve these decorations?
Look, there's Karen patrolling the restaurant.
You gonna throw that away?
Oh, she's coming.
Additionally, the show's emphasis on positive reinforcement and emotional expression was seen by some as overly sentimental. The reactions to both Barbie and Barney reflect broader societal debates about gender roles, consumerism, and the portrayal of idealized figures in children's media. Barbie's evolution from a fashion doll to a symbol of empowerment showcases the industry's response to criticism and changing cultural values. Similarly, Barney's journey from a beloved children's child's character to a subject of ridicule highlights the complexities of public perception and the challenges of creating universally accepted children's content. Seriously, people, go get a hobby. You people are disgusting. Go away. Jump off a cliff, make sure there's sharp rocks below. Festival of Winter Walks is an annual celebration in the United Kingdom that encourages people to explore the outdoors during the colder months. The observance typically runs from mid-December to early January around the holidays. The festival highlights the benefits of walking for physical health, mental well-being, and social connection while promoting appreciation for nature and local landscapes. The event is organized by the Walking for Health initiative, with guided walks ranging from short, gentle strolls to longer hikes through towns, parks, and countryside trails. Each walk often includes themed activities, educational talks about local wildlife, and opportunities to meet fellow walkers. The festival aims to make outdoor activities accessible to all, encouraging communities to stay active and connected, even during the winter. So get those walking shoes on and get out there and bond with your fellow walkers, enjoy nature, and enjoy the fresh air. Flake Appreciation Day is celebrated annually on December 18th. The day encourages observation of the unique, six-sided and integral forms of snowflakes, which are each a unique structure formed by the combination of water vapor, temperature, and humidity in the atmosphere. Snowflakes form in clouds when water vapor freezes directly into ice crystals without first becoming liquid. This process begins around a tiny particle, such as a dust speck or pollen, which acts as a nucleus. As the ice crystal grows, water vapor from the surrounding air deposits onto the crystal, forming intricate patterns. The shape of a snowflake depends on temperature and humidity in the cloud. Slight changes in these conditions as the snowflake falls cause its arms to develop unique branching patterns. Snowflakes usually form hexagonal structures due to the molecular arrangement of water, creating the symmetrical and delicate designs we see. National Oatmeal Muffin Day is celebrated annually on December 19th to honor the wholesome, hearty, and delicious oatmeal muffin. These muffins combine the nutty flavor of oats with ingredients like flour, eggs, butter, or oil, sweeteners, and often fruits or nuts, making them a popular choice for breakfast or a snack. Oatmeal muffins are a variation of traditional muffins which trace their origins to the 18th and 19th century Europe. Muffins began as small, quick breads that could be baked easily and served as a convenient snack or breakfast. The incorporation of oats came as a way to add nutrition, fiber, and hardiness, reflecting oats' long history as a staple grain in Europe and North America. Oatmeal muffins gained popularity in the 20th century, especially in the United States, as home baking and wholesome breakfast foods became more common. They remain a beloved choice for a healthy, portable, and comforting snack or breakfast item. Games Day is observed annually on December 20th. It originated at a gaming convention sponsored by Games Workshop in 1975. The event was created to provide a space for gamers to connect and play, as there were few opportunities for such gatherings at the time. Board games are among the oldest form of entertainment, dating back thousands of years. Early examples include Senet in ancient Egypt, that was around 3100 BCE, and the Royal Game of in Mesopotamia, circa 2600 BCE. These games were often played for leisure, social interaction, and sometimes even spiritual or ritual purposes. Over time, board games evolved across cultures. Chess originated in India around the 6th century, spreading to Persia and Europe. Backgammon traces its roots to ancient Mesopotamia, and many modern games, such as Monopoly and Scrabble, were developed in the 19th and 20th centuries for mass entertainment. Blue Christmas service is a Western Christian tradition that happens on or around the longest night of the year, and that's usually December 21st, the winter solstice. A Blue Christmas service is a special type of worship service held during the holiday season for people who are experiencing grief, loss, depression, or loneliness. Unlike traditional Christmas services, which often emphasize joy and celebration, a Blue Christmas service acknowledges the pain and difficulties that many face during the holidays. The service typically includes quiet reflection, scripture readings, prayers, and music, providing a supportive environment for those who may be struggling emotionally. Candles are often lit in remembrance of loved ones, and participants are encouraged to find comfort and community rather than focusing solely on festive cheer. Blue Christmas services are held by many Christian churches around the world and are sometimes called longest night services, offering a space of compassion, healing, and hope during a season that can be emotionally challenging. National Short Person Day is celebrated annually on December 22nd, a day to embrace the positive of being short, promote acceptance, and celebrate the diversity of heights, encouraging everyone to appreciate the great things come in small packages idea. The day encourages recognition of the unique qualities, achievements, and contributions of short individuals in all areas of life. People are short due to a combination of genetic, nutrition, health, and hormonal factors. Genetics, the most significant factors, is inherited genes. Children tend to grow to heights similar to their parents and family members. Nutrition, adequate intake of proteins, vitamins, and minerals during childhood and adolescence is crucial for growth. Malnutrition or deficiencies can lead to shorter stature. Hormones, growth is regulated by hormones such as growth hormone, thyroid hormone, and sex hormones. In short, no pun intended, height is influenced by a mix of biology and environment, and being short is simply one of the many natural variations in human development. Festivus is a secular holiday celebrated on December 23rd, popularized by the television show Seinfeld in 1997. It was originally created in 1966 by Daniel O'Keefe, who celebrated it privately with his family as a way to recognize the challenges and absurdities of life. Festivus is known for its humorous and unconventional traditions, including the festive pole. A plain aluminum pole replaces the usual Christmas tree, symbolizing simplicity. The airing of grievances. Participants tell each other how disappointed they have been with friends and family over the past year. Feats of strength. The head of the household engages in wrestling matches with guests. Festivus dinner. A modest meal is shared without the commercial trappings of traditional holidays. Festivus is celebrated in a lighthearted spirit, often as a satirical commentary on the pressures of the holiday season, and has become a part of popular culture as a quirky alternative to traditional winter celebrations. National Eggnog Day is celebrated annually on December 24th to honor the rich, creamy holiday drink known as eggnog. Traditionally made with milk, cream, sugar, eggs, and spices like nutmeg or cinnamon, eggnog is often served chilled or warm and sometimes spiked with spirits such as rum, brandy, or bourbon. Eggnog traces its origins to medieval Europe, where a hot, milky, spiced ale called posset was consumed by the wealthy. By the 17th century, this drink evolved into a mixture of milk, eggs, sugar, and spices, often fortified with brandy, rum, or sherry, and was enjoyed during festive occasions. When colonists brought the tradition to America in the 18th century, locally produced rum, bourbon, and whiskey replaced imported brandy, making eggnog a popular holiday beverage. Its creamy texture, rich flavor, and seasonal spices made it synonymous with Christmas and winter celebrations, a tradition that continues today in many homes around the world. National Pumpkin Pie Day is celebrated annually on December 25th, coinciding with Christmas, to honor the classic pumpkin pie, a staple of American holiday traditions. Pumpkin pie is made from a spiced pumpkin custard baked in a pastry crust, often flavored with cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and cloves. Pumpkin pie has its origins in early American colonial cooking. Native Americans had long used pumpkins in soups and stews, and when European settlers arrived, they adapted pumpkin into sweet and spiced pie. Early versions often involved hollowing out a pumpkin and filling it with a custard-like mixture before baking. By the 18th century, pumpkin pie had become a common dessert in New England. Over time, the recipe evolved into a familiar pastry crust pumpkin pie we know today, symbolizing autumn, family gatherings, and holiday traditions. It remains an iconic dessert for both Thanksgiving and Christmas in the United States.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
What is today? Well, it's Christmas, of course, and I'm here to tell you why the colors red and green are associated with Christmas. The traditional red and green Christmas colors have both religious and cultural significance. Green represents everlasting life and hope, symbolized by evergreen trees, holly, and ivy that remain vibrant even in the winter. In Christian tradition, it reflects the promise of eternal life through Jesus Christ. Red symbolizes the blood of Christ in Christian theology, reminding believers of his sacrifice. It is also associated with love, warmth, and festive cheer, which makes it a popular color for Santa Claus outfits, decorations, and holiday ornaments. Together, red and green became widely popular in Christmas decorations during the 19th century, especially in Europe and North America, and have remained iconic holiday colors ever since. Miniature Christmas villages evolved from the 13th century European nativity scenes, particularly German putz displays, which started with paper cardboard houses and natural elements to represent the Holy Family's journey and local life. The tradition spread via German immigrants to America, where companies like Department 56 popularized mass-produced, detailed ceramic villages in the 1970s, adding lights and animation, transforming them from simple nativity extensions into elaborate, nostalgic, collectible holiday displays. From the 13th to the 19th centuries, the first villages were nativity scenes, manger scenes, in the churches and homes depicting the birth of Jesus, often with added figures representing local townspeople in contemporary dress. German traditions, especially among Moravians, focused on creating elaborate landscapes around the manger using materials like paper, cardboard, tinfoil for water, and carved wood. In the 19th century, these scenes expanded to include charming cottages, carolers, and skaters influenced by Christmas markets and Victorian aesthetics. German immigrants brought these putz traditions to America, creating them with homemade materials. The Industrial Revolution made cardboard houses with printed details available, and by the 1920s, electric lights made them glow, bringing these scenes into more homes. The hobby exploded in the 1970s when Department 56 introduced highly detailed, illuminated ceramic buildings, starting with their popular Dickens Village series, inspiring large, collectible displays. In the 1990s, Lemax emerged as a major competitor, offering more affordable and varied options with features like moving parts and music, expanding the market. Today, villages use materials like ceramic, plastic, and wood, incorporating nostalgic, modern, and even pop culture themes like Disney or licensed movies to allow for highly personalized, creative holiday displays. Department 56 is a U.S. manufacturer of holiday collectibles, ornaments, and giftware known for its Lit Christmas Village collections and Snow Babies collection. It is owned by UNESCO and based in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Founded in 1976 by Edward Rudy Bazinet as a division of Bachman's Floral Company, the name Department 56 referred to its department number within Bachman's Wholesale Gift Imports division. The first product was a set of 6 lighted ceramic buildings known as the original Snow Village. It became an independent, publicly traded company in 1984, acquired by investment firm Forsman Little in 1992, then spun off in a public offering in 1993. In 2009, Department 56 was acquired by UNESCO, a global giftware leader. Headquartered now in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, it remains a major brand under UNESCO, offering village collections, Snow Baby figurines, and other holiday decor. Coca-Cola's Christmas ads are legendary for shaping holiday marketing and traditions. Coca-Cola began using Santa Claus in ads in the 1920s, but the big breakthrough came in 1931 when artist Hayden Sundblom created the iconic Jolly Red suited Santa for their campaign. These ads ran in magazines and helped cement the modern image of Santa worldwide. Throughout the mid-20th century, Coca-Cola ads emphasized family warmth, sharing, and joy, often featuring Santa enjoying a Coke after delivering gifts. These ads became collectible and are still celebrated today. Holidays are coming. From 1995, the illuminated Coca-Cola trucks and the famous jingle became a global symbol of Christmas. The Polar Bears campaign, introduced in the early 1990s, these ads featured animated polar bears enjoying Coke in snowy settings, adding a whimsical touch. Coca-Cola ads are often seen as the start of the festive season in many countries. Kwanzaa is a week-long celebration honoring African heritage, culture, and community. It is observed from December 26th to January 1st each year and was created in 1966 by Dr. Blōtmōnaþ, a professor and activist to reinforce cultural pride and unity among African Americans. Kwanzaa is built around 7 core principles known as the Nguzo Saba: unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Celebrations typically include lighting a menorah, sharing meals, storytelling, music, and gift-giving, with symbols representing African heritage and values. The holiday emphasizes community, reflection, and cultural appreciation, and while it is rooted in African American traditions, people of all backgrounds can observe Kwanzaa as a time for honoring family, culture, and shared values. Visit the Zoo Day is celebrated annually on December 28th. The day highlights the educational, recreational, and environmental roles that zoos play in society. The concept of keeping animals for public display dates back thousands of years. Early menageries appeared in ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, China, and Greece, where rulers and nobles collected exotic animals to demonstrate wealth and power. The pharaohs of Egypt and Chinese emperors maintained collections of lions, elephants, and other exotic species. Modern public zoos began in the 18th and 19th centuries in Europe with institutions like the Vienna Zoo in 1752 and the London Zoo in 1828, focusing just not on display but also on education, research, and conservation. Today, zoos worldwide aim to protect endangered species, promote wildlife education, and encourage conservation awareness, combining recreation with scientific and environmental responsibility. National Download Day is celebrated on December 28th, a day to enjoy trying out new apps and games, especially as people often get new devices for the holidays and download software to explore their phone's full potential for productivity, entertainment, and connecting. It's a time to appreciate how digital tools, from photo editors to fitness trackers, have become essential parts of daily life, with many downloads happening in the week between Christmas and New Year's. National Download Day emphasizes how downloading has transformed the way people access information, entertainment, and tools, replacing physical media and enabling instant delivery of digital content. It also encourages users to explore new apps, programs, and media while prompting awareness about safe and legal downloading practices. So jump on and explore the Apple App Store or Google Play Store for new apps that can streamline your daily routine. I have never heard of this. National Pepper Pot Day is celebrated annually on December 29th in the United States, honoring the traditional pepper pot soup, a hearty stew made with meat, vegetables, and plenty of spices, particularly black pepper. The dish has historical roots in African American and Caribbean cuisine, often associated with New York City and Philadelphia during the 18th and 19th centuries. Pepper pot soup was popular among early settlers and African American communities because it could be made in large quantities using available ingredients and flavored richly with spices. National Pepper Pot Soup Day encourages people to cook, share, and enjoy this flavorful dish, preserving culinary traditions and celebrating its role in American food history, especially during the winter months, as a comforting, warming meal. Pepper pot soup, that sounds good. I've never made that. Think I'm gonna get me some ingredients, roll up my sleeves, and give it a try. Why the hell not? The Festival of Enormous Changes at the Last Minute is observed on December 30th, encouraging people to make last-minute changes or complete goals before the year ends, and to thoughtfully plan resolutions for the upcoming year. The concept is also the title of Grace Paley's 1974 short story collection and a 1983 film anthology based on her work, which explores themes of urban life, feminism, and human connection. The festival of Enormous Changes at the Last Minute is a playful and informal celebration that encourages people to embrace spontaneity, adaptability, and last-minute creativity. The idea is to recognize the excitement and sometimes chaos of making big decisions, changes, or projects at the last possible moment. It celebrates flexibility, humor, and ingenuity, reminding people that sometimes the most memorable results come from unexpected, impromptu efforts. What is is today. World Peace Meditation Day is observed annually on December 31st to promote global peace, mindfulness, and inner calm through meditation. The day encourages individuals, groups, and communities worldwide to participate in meditation sessions reflecting on harmony, compassion, and unity among people. The goal is to raise awareness about the power of meditation to reduce stress, foster empathy, and inspire peaceful actions in everyday life. Schools, workplaces, spiritual centers, and online communities often host guided meditations, workshops, or events that emphasize mindfulness, nonviolence, and the interconnectedness of all people. Meditation is beneficial because it positively impacts both the mind and body, offering a wide range of physical, mental, and emotional benefits. In short, meditation is a simple yet powerful tool for improving overall well-being, increasing mental clarity, and fostering a sense of calm and connectedness.